and welcome to Dave's Dugout. I'm Dave Schimpf, and Dave's Dugout is my softball podcast for those who haven't viewed it yet. I started this at early this year. It's all about softball. We don't talk about anything else but softball, okay? Now, there's occasional we might mention something else, but we're basically going to just talk about softball. The only thing I'm going to mention is I hope some of you saw my first podcast in regards to our 250th anniversary of our country. I'm going to do that every Wednesday at 4 p.m. At least I hope to. So tune in. There'll be some very interesting stories. I know you'll be very happy with what I've been doing. So anyway, no more comments about that. Again, I'm going to stick to softball today. So I didn't get a chance last Monday. I was going to go take in a game and do a live podcast from there. I went to two different sites. They said they had ball games, but apparently they didn't. And then I went to the third site, which said they were going to be playing there, which they were. But the field was totally enclosed with an iron fence, and I had to go way around to the school in order to get into on the diamond. So it was too far for me to walk with my equipment, and obviously I'm incapacitated a little bit. So therefore I wasn't able to do it. So today I'm going to do it from my man cave. You can see my Dave's Dugout sign behind me. It's not lit up because the light's too bright and it won't show up properly, but that's my neon sign. And if those of you who might be interested in my mug, coffee mug, or you can put whatever you want in it, but it's a coffee mug and it says Dave's Dugout on it. If you're interested, $10. This covers the cost, which was $5 for me, and make a little profit off of it. If you are somebody who was interviewed here or was online, like Big Tony was on the phone with me, he's going to get one of these. I'm hoping to get Gary Evans is going to get one of these. He talked for a bit, and I'm hoping to get a few more people that I can interview. So and Bill Humphrey got one of these. So I'm hoping to, and they're free for those who come on my podcast. I'm hoping to get some call-ins. Have not had many in that regards, and I'm a little disappointed. For those who don't know my number, it's toll free, 1-833-7-DUGOUT, 1-833-7-3-8-6-6-8-8. All right. So anyway, it's Dave's Dugout, 1-833-7-DUGOUT. So please call. Anytime somebody calls in, I'll hesitate. I'll put it on pause and we'll talk about softball. Okay. So if you have a question, hopefully if you're a coach or a player or an umpire, feel free to call in, or a spectator. It doesn't matter. If you just like softball and want to talk about some things, we'll talk about them. Today, I'm going to have a couple of videos, okay? We're going to see a couple of videos, which will be interesting. But before I get into that, I'd like to mention that I'm also affiliated with USA Softball. This podcast is not affiliated with USA Softball. I do bring up a lot to do with USA Softball. Also, we'll talk about NCAA softball. We'll talk about NSA, U-Trip, Federation softball, any association that you want to talk about. I'm open to it. Okay, I've got rule books considered for USA softball behind me, and I've also got some a rule book for Federation and case plays. So if anybody is an umpire or a coach or anyone wants to talk about high school ball, feel free to call or feel free to email me. My email address is daveumpire, DAVEUMPIRE @AOL.com. So if you do that, I'll reply to you. Okay. If you call and want to leave a a voicemail, I'll answer it. Okay, so feel free. I'm open to almost anything, just as long as it's proper, and we'll talk about softball. Okay, so I wanted to bring that up. We got a slow pitch qualifier, USA softball in Davison this weekend. They have 16 teams, with a pretty good number, paying $40 a game. So if you want to be an umpire and you want to umpire in this tournament, first of all, you got to be registered USA softball, okay, and you can get $40 a game. And with 16 teams, I'm sure you'll get plenty of games to make it worth your while. So if you're interested in umpiring in this tournament, feel free to email me or text me or whatever it takes, and I'll answer it, and I'll put you in contact with a proper person. The UIC for the tournament is Don Newstead. He's on the USA Softball website. He's also on the state umpire staff. So if you can't contact him, contact me. And also Dan Smith. I do believe Dan Smith is involved in it as a tournament director probably. And he'll probably be umpiring also. But anyway, by all means, if you're interested as an umpire or a player, well, it's kind of late to register as a player now, but I'm sure we can handle it if you want to register later on for some of the other tournaments. There's plenty of them coming up. There's a couple more in May and in June. So we have a whole bunch of slow pitch qualifiers coming up. So if you're interested, let me know. Also, I noticed that Big Tony C, as I call him, he was talking about the modified there's no modified league at Hoyt Park anymore, unfortunately. But I guess there's a team that's coached by Gabe. I can't think of his last name, but I helped Gabe out a couple of years ago, more than a couple of years ago, and forming a team. And he might be in need of some ball players. So if you want to play modified, by all means, it's a fun game. It's not fast pitch. It's modified pitch. In other words, they can't windmill it. They've got other restrictions, but it's all the other things are available to you: stealing, bunting, all that stuff. Okay, all the things that you could do if you were a baseball player and want to play softball but don't really want to play slow pitch. Here's your opportunity. You can play modified. If you want to play fast pitch, there's opportunities for that too. I can put you in touch with the proper people there. So I just wanted to know, Midland's got a league. As far as I know, they still have a league. And I think they've already started playing. And so they might be in need of a team. So by all means, get a hold of me, or you can get a hold of the Parks and Rec in Midland and find out some information. Okay? So in the meantime, we're going to bring up a couple videos. These are going to be good. All right. One video in particular that I'm going to bring up is the proper way to have a rundown. Okay. And this is a college game. Can't quite make it out. It looks like college. No, I'm not saying it's college. It could be travel ball. I'm not absolutely sure. No, it is NCAA softball. I see it now. So I'm going to bring this up, and it's a proper way to have a rundown. Okay. Let's see if I can get some voice on here. We're going to open this.
Best chance so far for UTSA. This is going to be a play that's thrown back to the plate. And Strott caught up.
No, this is reverse.
Everybody's hung up now. The throw comes back to the plate. Where's everybody going to go? Safe at third for now. And now Van, at the very least, is going to keep Rucker at third.
You see how they're doing this? They're making sure that nobody gets ahead of the play. Oh, tag one, tag two. Got a double play there.
Madrid, and they're going to call both of them out.
How about that,
the
huh?
Double play is turned. Best chance so far for UTSA. This is going to be a play that's thrown back to the plate.
Reversed a little bit.
Caught up.
Got that runner.
Everybody's hung up now. The throw comes back to the plate.
Now you want to stay out of the way. I'm doing this so people who want to know how to do a rundown will know. And then we're going to pause it.
Tremendous. So now comes the
All right, I paused it. All right, I paused it for a reason. Whoops. I paused it for a reason because what I'm trying to do is by showing this I'm letting you know that the runner at third basically still owns third base. So when she goes back and forth between home and third base is still hers. So when the runner that's in the rundown between second and third gets trapped and she's going to third base, now when she gets to third base, yeah, that can be hers as long as they're not both standing on the base. Now, when I say that the runner on third still owns the base, I mean that if she goes back to third base and they're both standing on the base, the runner that was at third base still owns third base. So the other runner that came from second to third doesn't. So if the fielder tags that runner first, that runner's out. If she tags the other runner first, that runner is safe. Okay, understand? So now there's ways they can do this properly. If they're both on base and one of them lifts her foot off the bag and they tag that runner, and I mean, that's still on the bag, that could be, okay, now that runner owns it. This runner owns it. So they can play a little bit of that, but it won't last long. Okay, so in this case, what happened was she tagged a runner that didn't belong on the base, and then the other runner came off the base, and she tagged that one. That's how they got the double play. Okay, that's how it happened. So I'm going to see if I can bring this up full screen. See if I can bring this up full screen, and we'll look at it again. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Strott caught up. Everybody's hung up now. The throw comes back to the plate. Where's everybody going to go? Safe at third for now. And now Van, at the very least, is going to keep Rucker at third.
Now, when she comes back, watch what happens. She
So
tagged her. She came off the base, and she got tagged. See that? That's how they got the double play. Pretty nifty.
Double play is turned. Best
Pretty
chance
nifty.
so far for UTSA.
One more
This
time.
is going to be a play that's thrown back to the plate.
Again, reverse.
Caught up. Everybody's hung up now. The throw comes back to the plate. Where's everybody going to go? Safe at third for now. And now Van, at the very least,
She
is
left
going
the
to
bag,
keep
so she couldn't
Rucker
tag that
at
other
third.
runner, see? Now they're off.
This is tremendous.
Good
So
play,
now comes the
tag,
third.
and tag. Not yet, tag.
Advancing
There
to
it is.
second is KK Madrid, and they're going to
Okay.
call both of them out.
There it is.
Double play
The proper
is
way to
turned.
have a rundown, especially one
So far for
as complicated
UTSA,
as that.
this is going
Okay, as complicated as that one was, and it was complicated. Okay, they made it that way because two runners in a rundown. What you don't want to do is run a runner forward, and then that runner could possibly get to another base. You always want to run them back. That's the best way to do a rundown. Okay, you want to run them back. All right. Now let me bring up another. Here's the one I was talking about. This is an umpire who gets a little bit out of control with a little good reason, but it's something an umpire shouldn't do. And I bring this up for a reason. We're not going to talk about who it was, but we're going to show it. And this is what an umpire shouldn't do. But I can understand how it happened. Don't get me wrong, but we're going to bring it up. All right. He's going to have a play that's going to cause it all. Had to run her out. Now the coach is going to come out and argue that she was obstructed. He's arguing that the catcher got in her way and obstructed it. Now this is umpire judgment. Was it possible? Yeah. It might have been possible. Here's where he goes wrong. He's already demonstrating where he thought the catcher was. That's not good to a coach. Coach is always going to think they saw it a different way. Okay, now there's the other coach. This is the head coach, apparently. See, there he goes again. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to demonstrate You don't want to demonstrate what you thought you saw the catcher doing, and maybe you were correct. They don't think so. Now listen to the fans. They're out of control. You're giving them a hard time. Okay? They're giving them a hard time. Whoops. I got an ad. Let me let this ad get done. Then it'll continue. Sorry about that, but it's not my fault. Okay. You'll never know. Okay. Now they're giving them a hard time. That was not good language either.
Do your job! You don't get to talk to her that way!
You never want to say one more time either.
You can talk to her like that! Do your damn job! Do not talk to her like that!
Watch. Excuse the language, but.
Do not talk to her that way! Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! You don't get to talk to her that way!
See, there's the one more time again.
You don't get to talk to her that way! Take your ass to the parking lot!
Well, that's not good. I might meet you out there. See, that's not good.
Get out! You're out! You're out as well! All of you out there in the south!
This is a tournament, by the way.
I want you three gone!
I want the director, somebody said. He just forfeited the game. You see how this got out of control? And we're gonna talk about the best way he could have handled this. All right. I don't know who this person is talking to the umpires. He might be the tournament director. I'm not sure who it is. Okay, we're gonna stop this. Okay. Let's talk about this. All right. That's probably one of the worst videos I've seen in a while, but I thought it was very good in a way. Yeah, it's kind of humorous in a way. Those of us who have been umpires have been in situations close to that. What you don't want to do is start tossing fans out, okay? Yeah, they got under the skin. Yeah, they did some stupid things, okay? But they're fans, okay? You want to get rid of fans? Get the tournament director. In this case, this was a tournament. Get a hold of the tournament director. Stop the game. Say, I want the tournament director. Put the players in the bench, in their dugouts. Get the tournament director. And when the tournament director shows up, you explain to the tournament director, you've got a problem with the fans. And you want something done, okay? And you can very nicely say to the tournament director, I'm not going to continue this game with these fans like they are. We need something done. Now, it's up to the tournament director to decide what they want to do. Okay? Just remember, though, you're the umpire. It's your game. If you think that you're being abused, you don't have to put up with it. It's your game. Now, do you want to listen to the tournament director and his decision? Or do you not want to and do something of your own accord? Now, it's not a good idea to forfeit a game in a tournament without the tournament director's agreement. So if that tournament director says we're not forfeiting this game, now you've got a decision to make. Okay? You can either say I'm not doing this game, or you can abide by what the tournament director said and do the game. That's the two decisions you got. Okay? You don't have the decision to forfeit it. Okay? That's the tournament director's job. If you don't like what the tournament director is telling you, then the two decisions you got is, I'm not going to do this game. You can get somebody else, or you can walk off the field, or you can say, all right, I'm going to continue the game. However, explain to the tournament director that you don't really explain it in just as stern a voice as you can and be kind, that you're not going to put up with fans that are abusive. And these fans were abusive. You could hear it. And you could hear that one loudmouth in the stands, all right? Yeah, the umpire used some bad language. He told somebody to get their what out of the park or off, okay? And it was probably to a lady. And maybe that was her husband or whoever it was. And he took offense to it. Now things got out of hand. So we went from 1 or 2 fans being possibly ejected to maybe 4 or 5 of them. And again, he used the term that you don't want to use, one more word or one more time. What you've done there is boxed yourself in. So if that somebody says one more word, now what are you going to do? You boxed yourself in. And if you don't do it, guess what? You made yourself look bad. All right, now we're going to go back to what started it all. And that was the play at the plate, okay? He had a banger at the plate, and he called her out, okay? It was close. Now the coach doesn't agree and thinks there was obstruction. Could there have been? Maybe. Just remember one thing. Obstruction, interference, is umpire judgment. If that umpire didn't think it was obstruction because the player had a play at the plate, had a way to get to the plate without, at that time, and was not obstructed, or the catcher didn't have the ball, which this catcher did, okay, decided that we didn't have obstruction. What you don't want to do is go out there and demonstrate what you thought the catcher was and where the catcher was standing. The coach isn't going to agree with it anyway. Chances are 90% of the time, the coach is going to see it a different way. And this coach did. So you're out there demonstrating, and the fans are seeing you demonstrate, okay, and you don't want to do it. It's just like telling a pitcher you're pitching illegal, and then you demonstrate to the pitcher what they're doing wrong. Don't do it. You just explain the terminology in the book that is what the illegal pitch is. Same thing here. You explain in the book by the words of what you think obstruction is and what it isn't. So if you just tell the coach, Coach, the player had a legal path to the plate, in my opinion, and therefore I don't have obstruction. Period. You gave it the explanation that's in the book. The player had a legal path to the plate and was not obstructed. And you can even add the catcher had the ball. Okay? That's it. Now, in NCAA, you can't argue judgment. Can't argue judgment calls. You can argue illegal process of the rule book. That's protestable. Okay? You can argue many things, but judgment is not one of them. Now, let's say this coach wanted to get the tournament director. What for? You ask what for? Well, I want to protest. What are you protesting? Okay? Now you get the umpire-in-chief involved. Okay? There are many ways to handle what just happened. What you don't want to do is what just happened. The demonstration, all that did was cause some problems. And then the fans got into it. Okay? We're going to watch this video one more time because in a way, it tells you a lot of things. All right? Now I'm going to bring this up one more time. There's the play at the plate. If you want to see that play at the plate again, I'll rewind it. Here we go. That player's catcher's legs were spread apart. He was right. Let's watch it again. Okay, now watch the catcher. See? Good him blocking it. Not in my opinion. He had a good call. Was it a banger? Yes. Was it close? Yes. Okay. Now they're getting out of hand. Read the rule book, they're yelling. Let's listen.
That is ridiculous. People get hurt. That's exactly what you want. Let's break 9-year-old legs over this. You're awful.
Now the awful word has been used a couple times. That's a little bit ridiculous. Out of hand. Now something's being said over here. You're an idiot. That's not good. You don't want to say that.
Hey, you too, buddy. Buddy. Do your job. Do your job. You don't get to talk to her that way. You can talk to her like that. Do your damn job. Do not talk to her like that. Look you. Do not talk to her that way. Do not talk to her that way. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job.
Don't argue with these people.
You don't get to talk to her that way. One more time for this little girl. I'll come out there and make a man out of you, boys.
Oh boy.
You don't get to talk to
Now
her
he's
that
threatening the
way.
guy.
Take your ass to the parking lot. I might meet you out there. You're a little bitty guy. Am I? You're a little bitty guy. Get out. You're out. You're out as well. All of you other than the song, besides her. 2 girls in blue, gone. I want you 3 gone. No, he doesn't even become the president.
Ball game. You just called ball game. Just forfeited the game. Now they're saying we're better than this. A little late for that, isn't it? Okay. Off the play again. All right. Okay. Now, that was a good video. I'm glad I found that. And we had a good discussion about what to do and what not to do. So I'll leave it go at that, okay? I hope I get some discussion on this. I hope you send me some comments on what you think. I'm open to this discussion. You can send it to me by email. By the way, this will be on Facebook shortly. Yeah, hopefully you saw it live, but it'll be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on my podcast is on YouTube, Facebook. It's on X. It's on TikTok. Okay, it's on all those sites. It'll be on there shortly. Just give me a chance to download it in if it isn't already. Sometimes we're already on there. Okay, just bring it up under my name because there is another Dave's Dugout out there. So if you bring up that, you just make sure it's me and not the guy from California. Okay, so but if you bring up my name, you'll find the podcast. Okay. Speaking of that, now that we're done with that, taking a game again this weekend. There's tournament play and in Federation. There's some college ball that started tournament play now, so take them in. Saginaw Valley around here has just won the GLIAC Conference Championship, and so they're playing this weekend. in a tournament. I'm not sure where it's at, but if you want to go see our home university, go watch them. Or if you're from somewhere else and there's a college being played, go watch them. Okay? Obviously, the high school's got tournament play going on. If there's other associations with tournament play, go watch them. Okay? This softball slow pitch qualifier in Davison. Those of you who live in the area and want to go watch slow pitch softball, go watch it. But mind yourself. Okay? You don't have to pick on an umpire. He's got a job to do. Believe me, I got picked on a few times. I got yelled at a few times. I don't remember ever throwing a fan out. I had a few fans taken care of by the tournament director. Had to do that. Those happen. Okay? That's the proper way to do it again. But anyway, by all means, take in a game. It's starting to get nice. I'm hoping to take one in either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Davison and take in slow pitch. It depends on what I got going. I don't have a whole lot open time on a Saturday to drive and take in a game, but there's a possibility. So take them in. Starting to get nice. Spring's getting really close now, especially if you live in Michigan or any of those northern states. We know what it's like. Okay? 30-some degrees in the morning, 60, low 70s in the afternoon. That's the way it is around here. Some of your states are already done. I talked to a friend of mine, Mike Baker, down in Alabama. His season just wrapped up, putting his stuff away in the trunk. In his truck, and he said in a couple of months he's heading up here to do some games. So can't wait to see Mike again. So Mike, if you're watching, looking forward to it, buddy. So anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of good friends this summer and this spring. So take care, and you have yourself a great day. Bye.